stream this so that way we don't have any disconnection issues, but I want to do another demonstration on our technology on the Old Faithful projector we have below us. So first things first, my name is Kenneth Burma, company's Black Series Edition LLC and Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Below us we have our Sony BPL CS projector. This projector is a 600 by 800 720p SVGA projector at 1000 lumens. We are roughly around about 8 feet, about 9 feet from the screen. This is about, these rooms are 13 feet wide, 13 feet in length. So we're about 9 feet from the screen. We're doing a demonstration on some Dynasty black paint. This is at Home Depot. The reason why we use Dynasty black paint, because at one point we were accused of having used only Dynasty black paint for our products. Yeah, believe it or not, yeah, all the testing we do on black versus black testing, someone openly tried to say that our products were nothing more than Dynasty black paint. So we use Dynasty black paint in all our demonstrations for fun. Now, this right here is called a black versus black demonstration. You should be seeing these on gray versus gray. You should be seeing these on dark gray or charcoal gray versus dark charcoal gray. You should be seeing these demonstrations to show the difference between the product that may match their product, that there is a difference between the two, or the color that may match the product. There should be a difference. So this is a very important demonstration to do. And again, reason why we like to do this on Old Faithful, because again, as I said before, usually when it comes to darker screens, we've seen some with black screens. What they'll do is they'll basically darken the environment so the screen has a better chance of producing a better white level. They will also too use high-end projectors like 5,000 lumen projectors to try to bring out higher white levels. I've seen that with some of the darkened screens. They require a much higher lumen count in order to produce. We can do this at 1000 lumens, and we can do this in a commercial environment. So let me show you why we're in a commercial environment. Let me pause this right here and we'll show you, because I like to have all this on record. Now again, like I said, when we see, sorry about the floor, we're going to vacuum everything out. We can see when I hit my meter, and that's why I said when I see meter readings on people's products, you're not really in a max out zone. You're not really showing anything. Your meter should not be able to read. You should literally have that much light. On top of that, having a 2000 or even a 3000 minimum of lumens is extremely poor. If you're saying you do 1000, you should be able to do 1000 in a max out zone like we're in right now, commercial, and you should be able to do this in a fully lit environment as we're doing right now. Watch my hand. See how the meter reads? It only reads when my hand is moving over top of it. If I move my hand away, it cancels out. So they don't work in here. If you wonder why part of the floor is missing, it's because we're doing this over here. We're testing out something pretty soon in the next video with the ultra short throw projector for floor projecting demonstrations. So 1000 lumen projector, 600 by 800, commercial lit environment, as you can see. We've seen demonstrations of people claiming to say they do 1000, but the 1000 is in an ambient light controlled environment. And again, as I said before, you have to be to do that in commercial lit. The reason why commercial lit is very important for the next stage, and as long as some of these products have been out, you should have been done this already, is because, like I said before, there's a difference between lighting in your home and lighting in commercial. You can operate here, you can operate anywhere you want. And I've seen demonstrations in the home that are just way too dark. All right, so let's get this party started. So, paint we're using to put against our paint is called Dynasty Black paint. Now, the Dynasty Black paint was used in a YouTuber's video demonstration to try to make false claims about our company, stating that our products were nothing more than everyday house paint, which, again, we had the most black on black demonstrations. The reason why I'm doing this video, because this is the intro video for the Crystal Edge site. We are going to be building pretty soon on that site a massive page of all our black versus black demonstrations for all to come in and see. And for customers, we're going to put a lot of information there for you. This is what you should be expecting from the screen paint purchase that you purchase from anywhere. I'm not talking about individuals, anywhere. You should be able to have these tests, because you have to know 100% what are you really getting in the mail. Are you getting a screen paint, or are you getting something that just got slid off a shelf at Home Depot or Lowe's, and that's what you don't want. So as you can see, do we need to have high power projectors to get our screens to produce high white levels? No. Do we need to have ambient light controlled or dark environments to get the screens to work? No. We can do this easily. So let's go over here and let's grab some colors. Here. I'm on PC right now. I'm supposed to have the charge on this so I can keep my phone charged. What the freak? Where's the charge at? There we go. I walked over there because that show off the projector. And, oh, come on. Don't fight me. That's funny when you're trying to get a cord. It'll go in every other direction. Like you just can't get it, like you're all thumbs. There we go. Right, 10%. All right, we're going to go to some colors. Keyboard over here. And let's put in slow color. Now let's give us a nice random stack of nice colors to go through. So you can see that in the demonstration, which we've done dozens and dozens of times, that you can go in and you can see how no matter what color it changes to, that at 1,000 lumens, keep in mind when you have 1,000 lumens, you don't start or end with 1,000. You have less than that, depending on how much light you have in the environment. That's why we show where the meters are coming up at. So you can see we're putting up a nice, beautiful, bright colors. And as you can see, the Dynasty paint, the black paint, as claiming to be our product in the day, is not working at all. Because it doesn't have height or technology embedded into it. It's not coded with our technology. And keep in mind, I had to do this demonstration over and over again. It doesn't just stop here. We do this again and again and again and again and again. I have clients that come over, they got to see it. I'm going to be on site, they got to see it. I'm going to be at trade shows, they got to see it. I got to do this in front of thousands of people every day. So that's why I said, if you're not used to seeing these demonstrations being shown all the time on other screen paints, you got to start digging around. There's something wrong there. You should be to see this all the time, because this gives you the reinsurance. As a matter of fact, this same thing you're seeing here shows up on a batch number, because you have to see that. It protects the merchant, because if the merchant does this test, it's just like this, right? And he gets to a customer. Not saying all customers are going to be goody two-shoes at the end of the day. You know, some customers are going to treat you wrong. And a customer decides that, maybe he won't know the difference if we go in and we take everyday black paint and we say that's how his product came out, and we can just keep his, file a PayPal complaint against this, because I've been through this before, and we can keep his money in his paint. You didn't look at the numbers on the back of your container. Some people don't realize what those numbers stand for. Those numbers are actually linked to a video showing your product being tested before it was shipped to you. So we can go back and say, hey, you see those numbers on the back of your container? I'm going to send you a link. This matches your numbers. This is what your product did before we sent it to you. That's black paint. That's how black paint will react if it lays against one of our screens, which is looking the exact same way in the pictures we asked you to send over of our product. And this is where lawyers get involved. Now, we can do it two ways. We can clearly show that you committed fraud against my business. So we can do it in a way where we can basically send you a cease and desist order, and you pull down your video, whatever you did, you send us a letter of an apology of what you did, and we leave it at that. Or for violating one of these things, it's a $1 million lawsuit policy. It sits on one of these things. It's in this. It says it right there, because we can back our stuff. So if you lose that in court, that's $1 million you owe my company, because we test our stuff. So that's why I tell people, look, research our stuff. We've got these videos are literally all on our site for you to see. If you got in your head that you feel that these demonstrations are fake and not real, try me in court. See what happens. It won't go well. You'll find out that we'll walk in a courtroom. That screen will fire up right in that courtroom. Do the exact same we're doing here in this commercial lit environment at 1,000 lumens. And you'll be like, oh, shoot, I really messed up. Yeah, you really did mess up. And like I said, I'm a nice person at the end of the day. If we go before the bench and you want to go talk it out and you want to give me a written apology for what you have done, I may let it go. And you don't pay us $1 million. You go about your business, you live your life, enjoy it, and that's what you do. But if you did a whole bunch of videos and you call yourself trying to make a name for yourself, you're looking at $1 million lawsuit. See? And this just shows our customers at the end of the day that we can back our stuff up. Because they're fighting the batch number. If you ask them, like, hey, look, Mr. Bird offers a batch number, what about you? And they say, hey, his videos are fake. Those are not real at the end of the day. You can say, well, he has match or better demonstrations up there. He said you would say this in his video demonstrations. That's why you won't do the demonstrations. That's why he has a match and betters. How about you doing the match and betters and show me that, you know, his products are fake? And then they'll get angry, they'll get mad at you, and they won't contact you back. They help us in a way too. because by them denying to do the demonstrations and tests, they bring any potential orders that could have came to them automatically come back to us. Because I could do this all day long. I could FaceTime you and do this demonstration. Do it every day. We do it. That's why if you look at the demonstrations, we request these tests to be done. They refuse to do it because they can't do it. We, on the other hand, we love doing this stuff. All right, let's get something else. Oh, no. We got to put the white surface up there, too, because that's the fun part about it. We can't miss that part. We're missing out. I like to do this part, too. This is pretty fun. Where's that white surface at? We just had. Oh, here it is, right here. I love doing this. Showing the different white surface between our product and colors. Can't miss out on that right there, right? That's crazy, right? Up close, just to show you. Doesn't work. Bam. Bam. That's our old faithful projector running over there. So now we got a white surface up there. I like doing this one because this is a fun one to do. So we have people come in and they pop in. These people from the office, they pop in. We don't have no clients coming in yet, but there are people in the office who pop in, and we like to show them this demonstration because they have white screens throughout this entire building. So they can't figure out how to get their screens to work, and we're showing them the technology. So this white surface right there represents a white screen. So anyway, as you can see, it's not doing anything at all. So if they got this projector right here, it's not going to do anything. You get a 4K projector, it's not going to work anything. We'll show you when we get the 3800 lumen ultra short throw, which is going to sit right on top of the screen. That's just not going to pick up jack at all. So again, as I said before, the white surface can't read, and the black surface that's right there, not coated with our technology, can't pick up anything at all, period, because it doesn't have our tech in it. And our surface that's coated with it picks up a perfect color. I'm so excited. I can't wait to finish this. You have no idea. I can't wait for that screen to be done. It's got a new coating going onto it. I can't wait. It's going to be so beautiful. It came here and they saw the water. We were like, oh, you're going to build a bigger one. I said, we're going to build a bigger one. We said, you have to bring us in. We have to see it. We have a 235.1 projector coming in to fill out the whole screen. So I want them to come in and see the whole 235.1 done and then the giant screen right there finished when they come in to see it. We're going to the floor done too. So I'm testing this coating right there for the floor. I did 4 areas. We're going to test it on the ultra short though we're finished, and then we're going to do the whole entire floor with it. All right, so we got our showing our difference between color levels and stuff like that, which is very important. And like I said, this is a very important test. This one also too is a very important test to be done. You have to do these. And I say this because I talk to 2 different types of people. I talk to the customers to educate them on what they should be seeing, and I talk to the people that are making screen paint products that this is what you need to do. They look at that in a way like I'm putting them down. How am I putting you down if I'm telling you you have to do these tests? Can't get around this. I've reached out professionally to Crow's products and been met with, oh wow, it does not want to stay up there, does it? So it doesn't want to stay up there. I've sat down with Crow's products and I've contacted him in a live stream to be cursed out, to be called every name in the book. That's not professional. It's not how you be professional. At the end of the day, you know, we go to other forum sites and I say, yeah, we have contacted him, we have talked to him, and we show them video streams of this guy cursing us out, doxing addresses, flashing pornography on his own business site. It's his own business page. And this way, he thinks it's a way of being funny, but no, this hurts your business because we go to other forum sites and say, yeah, we did talk to this guy. Your name will come up. So yeah, I heard about Crow's products. Yeah, we too. This is what we went through doing business with them. We show them cancellations of us being really nasty, cursed out on cancellations and having freaking middle finger emojis popped up at us. Yeah, that doesn't go well. It's not professional. So doxing of addresses, that's a real serious one that we show off, and they see that and they go, whoa, no way in the world I'm going to trust this guy with the credit card, my information for where I live at, because he may get mad at and do this to me. Now, again, this does not help you, and I tell you why. If you sit there and say, well, we just did it to him, that alone will hurt you, because again, you shouldn't have did it to anybody at all, period. You're supposed to be a respectable business. This shows that you don't have control over your emotions. So if you don't have control of your emotions, who's to say if you get angry, you may treat somebody the exact same way you did us, and that's why it hurts you. Am I kidding here? That screen really does not want to be up there. Let's try a larger piece of tape. It is fighting me like every step. Doesn't want to be like, no, you can't make me do it. You can't make me do it. Let's see if we got something more over here. But anyway, and then for the other fellow who we contacted him. We went through his site and I asked him about the range gain because again, I wanted to know if this was true. I've asked multiple times. And this time, instead of doing a YouTube video, because he might not have seen the video, I went to his website and I sent him several messages, right? Everybody saw it. We received nothing back. Not a thing. So, that's that. That's made up. You can't make things up. You see how dangerous that is, people, to make things up and then stick a shopping cart on it? So imagine if anybody else went in and they purchased that product and they asked him the same question that we just asked him, simple and plain. Everybody saw what I wrote in the text, so he can't say that, hey, I cursed him out or say anything rude to him, because I didn't. I asked him a simple question. I asked for 2 videos if he could do that for us, and we received nothing back. So imagine if you went in and you bought that product and you went through that fiasco. There you go. That's where you go. And this is the reason why batch numbers are important. We just proved it to you. I went right to the site. I asked several questions. We never got anything back. We did this 3 times. No reply back at all. The other fellow, we've been to his site. We've asked him several times if he can do more testing. Can we see more demonstrations? Where are the videos? Why did they delete off the account? If he can post the videos directly to his website so everybody can see them on large video players. We were just met with curse words and laugh emojis and all that stuff. And it just hurts you. And at the end of the day, it doesn't hurt me. It hurts you. You still have to back that up. Regardless of whether you don't want to do it for me, it doesn't make a difference. You still got to back it up. A customer is going to ask you that question. Distributor is going to ask you that question. Everybody's going to ask you that question. Even when you come into an office, anyone you're doing business with, they're going to ask that question. What do you do? Lock your door? Nobody can come in there at all, period. They're going to ask you the question, so you have to do that. So this is a very important test. The customer needs to know what they're buying. All right, let's get something else on here, on our demonstration here. Let's come out of here, and let's Skyworth demonstration. I'm gonna do the long way. So at 1000 lumens, 720p, 600 by 800 res, as you can see, lower entry level projector, plenty of light in the environment. Won't read if you're using a everyday black paint or black fabric. Now, those who have accused us of operating with high-powered machines in order to bring out our white levels, again, I can't express that enough, that this will land you in court with a lawsuit. Because I can go in the courtroom and do this at 1000 lumens. Now, I think when we get the showroom set up this summer, I am going to push batch number verification. It's going to be in all our pamphlets. It's going to be everywhere. So basically, anyone that comes into that environment will be informed about batch number verification. As a matter of fact, the AI, artificial intelligence, that's going to be on AdTech, is going to basically explain what batch number verification is and why it's extremely important. And we want the world to see that. We want everyone to know about batch number verification as much as we possibly can. Because again, they should know. Why not? And we literally, for the people who, again, as I said before, us, when we had all these people ganging up on us, because they said, hey, let's gang up on him and let's make it sound like everything he says is fake. Let's do false demonstrations against his products to make his products look like they're fake. So that way we can continue to scam people. And that's what you did. It's what you tried to do. But in the long run, what happened? And now you're going to go to court for all of that. And some are going to go to jail. Some are going to be hit with massive lawsuits. Some have some very heavy lawsuits coming their way. Some real serious stuff coming up. So not going well for those. So that we try to make that plot come true. And we're going to press on this whole, because they don't want to do the batch numbers. The minute we mentioned batch number verification, it hit the roof. Oh, we were getting cursed at every day. They were bombarding our emails, cursing us out, death threats against my family, everything, because we wanted to basically make batch numbers a real thing so customers can have a product that's tested, a guarantee that your product is working. And they came after us heavy over that. Crowcast, all this stuff, just doing all this dirty stuff against my business so we can basically just break down and give up. And gentlemen, you got the wrong person at the end of the day. I'm a fighter. I don't basically fold or none of that nonsense. And if I'm doing my Lord's work at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do to get me to drop anything. I'll keep going. I don't know the meaning of the word stop. I keep going. If my Lord tells me this is the path I'm taking, I'll keep going. There's nothing you can do to stop me. Not a thing. So with that being said, I am going to push batch number verifications everywhere. Every time I step out that door, I'm going to have brochures done on batch number verification so we can pass those around so people can know what to look for when it comes to their projection screen. The customer needs to be educated. They need to know that they don't have to be stuck in dark environments. They don't need high-powered, expensive projectors, that their product should be tested and they should be able to see those tests. And that's where we're going to push. And it just ruffles feathers down the road, then so be it. Then you're going to have to work harder to make a better product. That's what you're going to have to do. But trying to destroy my company to keep me quiet in the day, it's not going to happen. I think I'm a cool bill. I want some cool brochures for batch number verification. I just want to do that. We're going to put links in it, stuff like that. So you can link, oh, QR code would be hot. We do a QR code, you go directly to the website and see the demonstrations right from there. And my buddy, the Matrix, which is guy's going to be hooking up the AI intelligence to explain our technology through that AdTech glass, she's going to talk a lot about batch numbers. Because it's very important that it's done. So yeah, their plot to try to gang up on me to make it so that I'll give up on this whole batch number thing. They're trying to break me in the process. And they can continue doing what they're doing with doing demonstrations in dark environments and cutting corners and everything else they've been doing to try to rip off customers. As I said before, and I'm going to bring you up in this video right here, Mr. Rogers, I did contact your company. Everyone watched me do it. And I asked you a simple question. What is gain range? Can you explain it to me? Can you show me 2 demonstrations, post it to your site? Can you email? We never got anything back returned from you. So it means at the end of the day that what you were saying about gain range was completely false and you had committed consumer fraud. You scammed your customers. You have a PayPal active shopping cart that's sitting on this so-called gain range that doesn't exist. So if I ask you that question, you can't reply back. If any customer asks you that question, you can't reply back because you can't back up what you said was true. So that means you lied. Okay then. That ends that up right there. You have to remove. He'll get it. He'll understand it. Some documents were filed, so I had to take some time off because of the death of my mother. But as I said before, documents were filed, so he'll be notified very soon. Because again, you can't do that. That'd be extremely dangerous. I couldn't imagine buying PC parts. Oh, that would freak me out. If I bought PC parts and they found out, I said, hey, we bought a 50, oh, if I bought a 5090 and found it really wasn't a 5090, it was like a 1020. Do you have idea how much that would make me at the end of the day, like, I have what? Wait, but it said it was a 5090, but no, it's a 1020. That is pretty jacked up. And then I paid the money for this card, like $3,000 for it to find out. No, That's what I'm going through right now. The motherboard behind me that's on my gaming PC has a defective PCI Express 2.0. So that's what I'm going through right now. So the board wasn't legit. So now I got to go in and replace the board. I got my money back. Amazon sent my money back to my account. It's already in my account. I'm good. But still, look at the nightmare I have to go through. I have to take that thing apart, put it all back together again. The inconvenience is a headache. So if I'm buying a screen paint and you're saying that it has this range gain, mind you, I've taken the time to buy your product, wait for the time to get it shipped here. If that's time I can't get back. I paint this down to my screen and I don't even know what gain I have. And then I'm contacting you and you're not replying back to me. And of course, I'm taking your information to form sites because that's usually what they do. And the form site's telling me that the game that you're posting is non-existing. So now I'm really freaking out now. Now, mind you, if your coding goes down exactly as what we saw in the video demonstrations, the problem we have here is your product leaves a texture behind. And this texture is going to leave other textures if you go to paint over the screen with another screen to try to cover it up. There could be more textures that could be pulling through, and this could cause disruption or deterioration to your screen that's going to disrupt your picture quality. Do you know how hard it is going to be able to clean a PVC surface to get it back to the original state? And then with the statements of making that your product is front and rear, and you can use a roller to do this, that's even more dangerous. Because again, that's a surface that can't be fixed, and they're expensive. So your product can cause a ton of damage if you're lying in your specification sheets. A lot of damage. I get a 235.1, it's plexiglass, and I want to do rear projection on it. Do you have any idea how much that cost me for that? I went to Home Depot and I purchased, I'm getting my charger put in. I went to Home Depot and I purchased a 4 by 8 foot sheet of plexiglass. It cost me $200. That's way back then. I have no idea what that would cost me now, probably a lot more. But it cost me $200. Now, if I had painted that rear projection product that he said he had at the end of the day, and I had with a roller and it marked my screen up, do you have any idea how hard it is to get it back to the original state so it can be rear projection? A front projection screen, if you damage it, there's maybe a good possibility you have a better chance of fixing that by rolling it over with something. Maybe you can put down a heavy primer to mask some of the damage and then paint over top of it, spray it in. So that way you can cover it up. If you got a motorized projection screen, you're kind of asking for it, because there could be some problems along that. But a regular fixed frame screen is a way you can probably get around it. But you're talking about rear projection. A rear projection setup, if you mess up that transfer back and forth, any imperfection on one side, transfer to the other side, you can't get around that. You have to figure out something to get some kind of solution. I don't know. Nail polish remover, something you'll have to use to get it off, to put it back to the original state. Now you're going to be working with chemicals at the end of the day that are going to be hazardous, which means you're going to have to mask up in there, get it outside in a well-ventilated area to get that stuff off of there. Acetone, I think, is one of them you may have to use to get it off. So yeah, it's going to be a headache. Instead of somebody doing the research, doing correctly, doing right, and doing dozens and dozens of videos of spray-on applications of rear projection technology to show you good results and how it works, because they've done the test. So, you wreck someone's surface and they take you to court over it, judge is going to ask you, how much testing do you have on this product showing that it actually does work? Because you're going to have to prove that the customer made the fault. You can't do that, because it says on your site to roll it in, and you never roll on a rear projection screen. You'll damage the screen so badly, it's not even funny. That's why it's very important to do your tests. Don't rush things. Do them correctly, because again, this can cost you a lot of money in the end. So these demonstrations I do on black versus black on our screens, I do dozens of these over and over, again and again, again and again, again and again. Not because I have to, because I want to. I like doing these tests. They're fun. And at 1,000 lumens, that's even funner. In an environment, especially commercial, it's even funner. I love this. I'm having a ball. And I love doing them live. I can't stand doing these demonstrations or pre-recorded. I hate it. You know why? Because I want everybody to see it. Anything pops up, any mistakes, whatever, I want you to see it. When you do a live demonstration like this, that means you have nothing to hide. I can't wait to get on site so badly. I want to do this demonstration on site. I want a bunch of demonstrations on site of me doing these black versus black demonstrations. Let me see what we got here. I want to do Uh, J and K? I mean J and K. 4K. 4K. I like doing these demonstrations. I really do. So hopefully I get on site and I'll be able to do these.
One of these people crushes with Colgate Total Plaque Pro Release. It dissolves and lifts away plaque for 2 times less gum harming plaque.
When I first came in here and they turned the lights on, I was like, whoo! I loved it. I freaking loved it. The first thing I heard in the back of me was like, challenge accepted. Every time I walk into an environment, into a house or whatever, and it's super bright in there, the first thing in the back of my mind is challenge accepted. Because we have to operate in that environment. I love it. I freaking love it. It challenges me. The guy was like, I hope it's not too bright. I was like, no, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Now, I know they get mad at me at the end of the day for saying their names and stuff, but hey, you do it. You have to remember, you do this stuff. It's not being said, and you go Karen with this. You get offensive, you get angry, you get bitter, you do these lash out demonstrations, and then people see you for what you are. Again, because you're doing this. You can't get mad because, if you hit someone's car and, you get out and everyone saw you hit the car, and then you get mad because people post you hitting the car on YouTube, like, yeah, this guy right hit the car, and you get mad at all of them. What do you get mad at them for? You did it. You hit the car. You got to take responsibility for what you do. So, the customer has the right to see this because they're going to see it either way. No matter how well you hide your demonstrations on YouTube, no matter how many smoke and mirrors you pull, the customer is going to see it. There's no way around it. So you might as well be truthful with it. And they get mad at me and get bitter at me at the end of the day and say, oh, again, it makes you look bad. Because again, it's right there. We're not making it up. If I'm making it up, you can sue me. But you can't because it's true. So don't get Karen with me at the end of the day and get mad at me about it. It is what it is. You're the perfect poster child of why we need batch number verifications, why it's important, why it must be done, why all companies should be having these. It protects the merchant. It protects the customer. It gives the customer a guarantee. It allows the merchant to stand behind his products 100%. That means his products have to be tested. And if their products are not tested, they can't pass the verification. This is one of the tests that's required in the batch number verification. You're going to have to do this. So I speak to people who make these products. I speak to the customers that this is what you should be asking for. If they even say my name by saying, well, you already know from the door. Because again, they're making excuses. It should be, I wonder if you have a batch number verification guarantee on your product. And they'll be like, yeah, we do have one, so and so and so. A person that can back it up is not going to mention our name. Well, he's a fake. They're never going to say that. They're going to say, yeah, we do have one. Are we expecting them to do the same test our technology does? No, because you can't do that. It's a different category of technology. But this particular test, you do have to do one of these. Because again, as we saw in Jamie's video, and I don't care if you get upset with this, buddy, but it's right there on the blacklist. And no one's saying this because anyone's mad at you or angry at you because you do go Karen on us. You think at the end of the day that someone's hating you, whatever. No one hates you. Do you understand that? Listen to me. You matched a house paint in a live stream demonstration. So, and not only did you match it, you did it on a very high powered projector when you did it. So, with that being said, customers need to get a batch number verification from you. And because you match one of these products, that means any new screen paints that you make, you're going to have to put them against that particular product and do that demonstration live stream over and over and over again. You'll have to do it. If you get a contract, you're going to do it again. And if you get a distribution contract, you'll do it again. You're going to do it so many times, it's going to make your head spin. If you don't want to do it and that's not your cup of tea, then get out of the business. Because again, you're ripping people off and that's not nice. You don't do business that way. Any one of your customers, if they decide to go down and file a consumer report against your business, you're in trouble. Because you're going to have to back it up in court. Any one of them can sit there and say, hey, look, I bought the paint. I went to Sherman-Williams. I went to someplace. I bought their product and it matched your screen. You're going to be in a lot of trouble. And not just me, anybody can do it to you. So you're going to have to go in and you're going to have to do those tests every single day. Not just doing one time and hope to never repeat them again. You will do them over and over again. And if you're on camera talking about your product has a yellowish tone, guess who's going to test that out? Your customers. They're going to buy your product or someone's going to test it or your customers are going to get it and they're going to look for this yellowish tone. If they don't find it, you could run the risk of basically one of them filing a charge against you for consumer fraud. And you're going to have to go to court and prove to a judge that there's a yellowish tone existing in this paint showing a difference between the two. If not, you're in a lot of trouble. So it's not just me, it's anybody. Oh, let's get this one right here. I like this one. Well, that's when they get mad when we say these things. And again, you can't get mad about that. It's true. You still have to do it. Whether you do video slander me all day long, again, it's going to end you up in court, just getting sued multiple times. You're still going to have to do the demonstration. There's no way to get around it. No way. You have to do it. I think they'd rather have us play nice. Hey, stop doing all these tests at the end of the day. You're making us look bad. You're raising the bar too high. How about you do demonstrations like the rest of us? Just get a high power projector, stay in a dark environment, and just join the rest of us. We'll make money. No, we don't do business that way because I'll be lying at the end of the day and I'm not going to lie on this. Can't sit there and say that my technology comes from God. I'm going to sit there and lie and cheat and steal and rob. I'm not doing that. I'd rather not do it at all. Gotta do it right, or don't do it at all. My screens have to work. When I come in this office, I turn my lights on, I work on this desk, I should be able to sit right across this desk and see my screen crystal clear with no problem. I shouldn't be sitting there like I gotta turn out the lights here and there to make sure the environment's dark so I can pick up. I don't want to go through that. I got options. If I don't want to use this overhead light, I don't want to use it. Still can see the screen. I can still overpower your screens or any certified screen in the dark. And I can do it in the lights on. Even ambient light controlled. I can still fire up an Infinity One you can't see. How come we can't get our 1000 projector? Let's see if we can get a Sony 1000 projector at 69. This is 4.3. Some nice pretty colors there. Oh, wait. Get back here. Get back over here. Boom, 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 boom. So what my buddy's going to do is he's going to, for the decorations and designs we want to do for the whole setup in there, he's going to take a big white screen and he's going to basically put our name in, paint it in with our own paint and hit it with a projector. So only our technology will pull up. Just have it on display. Isn't that cool? He liked the splatter screen design, so he said, man, you should just have your whole name put in. I can just paint the whole thing, make it look real nice, put the cube in and everything, and when your projector comes on, only your image is going to pop up, that's how it's going to pop up. Showing the advancements of our technology over white screens. So yeah, I've seen these before. I've seen failed demonstrations on our products. and I've seen the paint that they claim to be ours look just like that. Now, like I said, if you have done one of these demonstrations, and the people that I have basically that are seeking people off of court, because we're going to be bringing people in court not only in 2025 for quite a bit. We're going to bring people out of court. We find one of these demonstrations, more than 5 of them showing up, you're going to have some documents coming to your front door. And those documents are going to involve $1 million lawsuit. Because that's fraud against my business. Now, keep in mind, if we hit the stage of a lawsuit, there's criminal charges also to follow behind that too. And committing fraud against a business is very serious. I don't want you to be in jail. Quite frankly, I don't. I'd rather just sue you in the long run. The process, I rather would. And I am a person, like I said, if you apologize, you're in court and you apologize and whatever goes on in there, not the other goings you guys have done. We're going to follow everything we have against you. But anybody else we catch new, and you apologize in court and whatever, we can take it in court chambers before it even gets in that particular stage. It can go before in court chambers. So we go to chamber, the judge's chambers, it doesn't go on record. So there's no record of it anywhere. So we can go in there and we can work out something with you. Because I'm always willing to give people a second chance. Always. As you explain your financial interests, you don't have that kind of money at the end of the day to pay up. All right. Then you give us a written apology, sworn statement. You're not going to repeat this process again. And we don't know you. You go live your life and enjoy your life. We give people second chances. But some people don't want to take second chances. They just rather self-destruct. And that's what they do. So it's far worse. Now, if you went out and did full throttle like these guys did, then yeah, we're definitely going to take a court and make an example out of you because we can't let you go. Oh, big old fuzzy bear. Isn't the scenery beautiful? Can't wait to get to 235.1. I can stretch it all the way across. Scenery looks amazing at 235.1. My projector is going to cost me $125. Other than the LG ultra short though projectors, the ones you can hold in your hand, they're 500 lumens. You have any idea how amazing that's going to look on our screen? We can use 50s on our tabletop. We want to use that. I do want to make a tabletop projection screen, but I want it to be a portable tabletop projection screen. So I'm kind of looking into some stuff, some portable tables that we can convert. You know those tables that you get, like the TV dinner tables? Remember those back in the day? They still have those. And I had one for my projector stand. We want to convert those into a screen. Yep, that's going to be sick. Counterweights, I'm going to hook one of those up to a screen. Because you can play it 2 different ways. You can have it this way, and they fold down this way, so you can use them as a screen this way. And they have a tripod system on them. So we want to take a coating, apply it to that, and turn that table into a high-performance projection screen. It's going to be awesome. Got to get one in here. And we're using Pico projectors for that. It's a smaller projector. I don't want to be carrying some big, bulky machine. So we get a whole bunch of Pico projectors. Let's see where we're at for time. We got the Samsung there. Let's go over here and let's grab. Let's go back to those white screen. I like the white demonstrations for 4K. So this product, yes, is available on our website. And those of you understand the color for this one, this is our Royal Magenta, Black Royal Magenta technology. This is going to be. Actually, it's available now. Pretty soon we're going to have the blue, which is going to be, I can't wait for that one. And then after that, we're going to be making a red, a yellow, and a green. And it's 7 of them we're going to make. I like 7 because 7 is God's favorite number. Let's see. Snow. I like to buy the world a Coke. You get a big company. That's when the Coca-Cola commercials were good.
60,000 bonus points to stop scrolling and start booking. 2 points for travel with Chase Sapphire Reserve. Other American cheese is almost crack singles, just like mini cut is almost golf crack singles.
I like mini golf. I'm actually quite good at it. Can't be in there acting like you're at the long range. Don't want to do that. But yes, I like mini golf. So we're showing our nice white levels at 1,000 lumens. Max out zone. versus black paint. So I'm going to get myself a nice surface, a piece of plexiglass, something really lightweight so it lays up there nicely. And I'm going to do a screen to display this at for that purpose. It's going to have Velcro in the screen so we can actually stick the black surface right to it. We'll assume it's going to be coated with it. It's going to have the Velcro we put down later, and that way we can take the black surface, the black paint, and stick it right against it so we can show the difference. It looks more professional that way than having that big old tab of white labels or whatever get to stay up there. So I'm actually building my own screens for customized to show off our black versus black demonstrations everywhere. I was looking at a dog called it's a Caucasian Shepherd. I got that right? That thing is humongous. I think that's what they're called. Let me make sure that's right. But anyway, that's a big dog. I thought the English Wolfhounds were huge. I think these dogs stand 7 feet tall. They're huge. They're gigantic. Never even heard of them before. I was looking at different German Shepherds. But that is really crazy. I seen the King German Shepherd. I saw one of those in the park. King German Shepherd. Got a chance to go back and talk to the guy a couple times. I asked him what the shepherd he got. But then I went on there and I saw this other shepherd. I was like, you got to be kidding me. That dog is bigger than a Saint Bernard. Or the what's that called? They got China has that I forgot, I can't think of the name of it. But another dog is huge, massive like that. The Tafif? Something like that. I can't think of the name of it. But I think it's huge. I would call it Tiny. Like, come here, Tiny. Like on Magnum PI. There's two Doberman pictures. Yeah, those super were vicious and all what, but they had the most cutest names. There's weird names he gave them. When he called out the name, he thought 2 poodles were gonna pop up, and there was these 2 Dobermans that ran up on him. He was like, oh snap. I forgot the name he had for them dogs. They were really, really weird names, but they weren't like names that were for a ferocious dog, like something more for a poodle. You got somebody calls their dogs, and they call one called Mr. Sunshine, and the other one called Flower. Like, oh yeah, he's gonna be poor. These big old dogs running. Like, oh, what the heck? Why would you even have like? Why would you even name it that way? Boy, he is one big fluffy wolf, isn't he? Look at him. Look at him. He's absolutely fluffy. My goodness. You can tell right there. You look at that. You can tell that these animals weren't meant to be vicious. They weren't. Before the fall of man, Adam and Eve, these animals all existed, right? You can pet these, roll with them, play with them. They didn't know anything about death, destruction, and killing. They didn't even exist. So you can look at them. They're not designed to be vicious creatures. You walk up on one of these, you're done, because now they know the difference. But they didn't know anything about death and destruction. And, you know, at that particular time with Adam and Eve, these animals weren't meant to be that way. You can literally play with these animals. Now you go near one of these things, you'll lose an arm. Unless you get one of these things as a puppy and you're able to train it. But other than that, yeah, lions and tigers and all that stuff, they weren't meant to be that type of animal. So that's kind of interesting when you think about that. Because if you look at a lion is an adorable looking creature at the end of the day. Now, if these things weren't meant to be what they were, I mean, these things would probably be his. The giant horns coming out of them, and huge, massive claws, and all this stuff. And like, good gracious, what the freak are you? But no, if you look at them, they weren't designed to be that way. They're big old, fluffy-looking dogs. Actually, dogs are actually descendants from wolves. You know, big old fluffy dude. Look how fluffy his face is. This is extra fluffy. You just want to go over and boop the nose. That's a dangerous boop. That's what they call cats at the end of the day. Big cats, tigers, and stuff they call the murder mittens. Yeah. Can't go around and petting those things. Big old fluffy face. Oh, like bears. Bears are like giant teddy bears. Can't go around petting that at the end of the day. And there's some people have domesticated them. But still, at the end of the day, still a wild animal. Still a wild animal. Unpredictable. I thought about that one time. Would it be nice if cats, domestic house cats, could be the size of tigers? But then you got to think about that. Imagine that thing getting the zoomies in your house. That's a 1,000-pound animal running through your house at the zoomies, and they're fast at that. They hit you to take you out. Not meaning to mind. They have claws. Cats still claw you sometimes, and they bite you sometimes. I think that's that animal tiger instinct where they having comes out, and they like to hide in dark caves and stuff. Can you imagine the litter box for that thing? 1,000 pounds? Yeah, see, you're making a pool in the backyard. That's not the pool, it's litter box. I do believe that cats are more closer than their ancestors than dogs are. Because dogs do fight and play with you and all that. They have fun with you and all. But cats have the tendency to bite you all the time. They do. I'll sit there and I'll pet Taco and he'll sniff my hand and he'll rub his face and then he'll just open up his jaw just a little bit. He don't bite hard. It's just like that instinct of in him where, you know what, if I was a little bit bigger, you'd be lunch. They call it aggressive petting. That's what they call it. But their intentions is not to hurt you at all. They're nice, cuddling, beautiful creatures. But there is that side, that instinct that kicks in. And they do like to fight and bring their claws out a little bit here and there. I notice that if you notice your animal at the end of the day knows the difference, and they do know the difference because they'll play fight with you. You know what I mean? Sometimes the claws may come out not all the way, but they're just a little bit. You know what I mean? Because that's what they do. But when it comes to your face, they never bring out claws on your face ever. I've never had a cat ever bring his claws out in my face ever. They know the difference. I don't think they mean to bring those claws out. It's instinct. That's what it is. Because I watch when he plays with me, he tries not to bring them out, but sometimes they do pop out. It's instinct. Can't blame him for instinct. Now, if he was going to jack you up, they could jack you up pretty bad. And cats will jack you up pretty bad, but no. And the reason why I said they're closer to, because dogs, basically, if they're closer to wolves, they don't pretty much act like wolves. I've had dogs that basically had timber wolf in them, and they acted completely different than every other dogs. They were different. Where cats basically still hide in caves. They like to be up high. They like to look down on top of you. They still do stuff that tigers actually do. Only difference is one is domestic and one will actually kill you. So they still have those strong tendencies. They hunt, they kill, they eat other animals. Cats will eat birds, they'll eat mice, all that stuff. They'll eat just about anything. They're hunters. They'll sit there in one spot for hours and hours and hours, just waiting out the prey to come out, just like tigers do. They'll sit there and creep in the grass and they'll crawl slow. Yep. That's automatically instinct. Some dogs at the end of the day have that ability, but they have to be trained for that ability. Cats have it automatically. And before we get people in there crying about, oh, but you're a 1% cat person. I was raising bully son pit bulls before most of you even before I even had a YouTube channel. You know what bully sons are? I get that from I bump into people that have pit bulls all the time. I say, yeah, it's that bully sons. And half people don't even know what those things are. That's a man-made dog. There's a guy called Bobby Hall way back in the day. Way back in the day. He used to raise those dogs called bully sons. Some people I'll bump until they know what they are. Some people don't know what they are. I've had everything from German Shepherds, Rottweilers. I had Shar-Peis with purple tongues. First time I got a Shar-Pei, I said, what is wrong with his tongue? He said, oh, that's you got true blue Shar-Pei. His tongue is purple. They're purple. Yep. I had Shih Tzus. Oh, Shih Tzus or something else. There's an interesting dog right there. Cute little guy at the end of the day, but they can become temperamental too. That's one thing I can never understand. It's the small dogs that are vicious. It's not the big dogs. It's the small ones that are vicious. Those are the ones that look all cute, be right up underneath your leg. The minute you touch them, they just go off on you. Yeah. It's the small dogs. That's when a woman was walking her dog, and they had a big pit bull on one side, and they had a small dog. I said, ain't the big dog ain't the one I'm worried about. It's that small ankle biter is what I'm looking at right now. That's when it snapped to me, too. The big dog that snapped was The ankle biter snapped on me. So yeah, them little dogs, yeah, jack you up. And they ain't afraid. They really strong hearted. They're not afraid. They're not afraid of big dogs, they're not afraid of people. They're not. They will definitely try to take you out. Can you imagine the heart that them dogs have in them? That drive that they have in them, that they're not scared of anything. They don't care how big it is, they'll still take it on. Now imagine that heart inside of a guard dog, a big one. And little ones are vicious. I get me an army of little dogs. Like, why is the backyard moving? Oh, those are dogs. Little Chihuahua army. I don't think about getting a French bulldog. French bulldog would be perfect for his size. He'll get along pretty well. All right, we got a little snow levels in here. Anytime you start seeing me drift off talking about other stuff, because we're past it. I'm bored. I gotta go find something else to do because I'm getting bored. I've done these demonstrations. I like to show them off. I love to be in the environment, but the thrill of being out and being in the max out zone environment and having the low lumen projector running in here, it gets kind of boring now because we've done it now, and so got to find something else to pique my interest. So I guess we'll start showing out the floor really quick, but I got to go take care of something real quick, and then we'll come back, put the floor together, that part right there, and then we'll basically show that off. All right, people, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I'd like to thank you for your time. Hold on for a minute, let me pause this right here. I'd like to thank you for your time. If you're interested in our products, they're available on our website. All our technology is tested and batch number guarantee. Thank you for your time. Be safe out there. And of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because one for him, none of this would be possible. Gotta go, and God bless.